Chapter 2 in The Art of Gathering, How We Meet and Why It Matters, is called Closed Doors. And this really is about who we invite into our gatherings. And Priya mentions really early on that inviting people is easy, but excluding people can be hard. And I find that to be really true in my experience. Saying no to someone can sometimes feel a little icky. So there are a couple concepts in here that I want to share with you. I think there are 3 of them. The first one is, if everyone is family, no one is family. And that resonates for me and reminds me of something I've done for a while, is as my team has changed, as the people who've reported to me has shifted over time, right? Org changes, somebody has chosen to leave the group and go to a different department or a different team. I have been really firm about removing them from our weekly team meeting. And I do that because I think there needs to be a sort of sacred space for us to talk as an intact team, where we can share freely about an intact team. I can communicate with the team freely and understand sort of what's coming and going in terms of that. When there has been a need to continue to meet with that person who's exited, we've just created another space for that, right? A collaboration meeting, whatever we want to title it, whatever the purpose is, but we've created a space for that. And if there really is a need, we'll make time for it. And we've done that successfully. So I know that to be true in the workspace, that if everyone is family, no one is family. And so, really getting clear about who the family is. Yeah, and holding that line. The second thing I'll share about this chapter that I really liked is every single person affects the dynamics of the group. So if you have a group of people that meet regularly and one of them isn't there, that energy is missing. It's noticed, right? Good, bad, or otherwise, right? There's probably, some pros and some cons because we all have, strengths and opportunities, but it's noticed when someone isn't there. And likewise, it's noticed when somebody else is there. So sometimes we try to fool ourselves into, it'll be fine. It'll be just the same as it always is. But, Sally's going to come. And it's just not true. In reality, it's not possible to have it just be the same. So remember, when you're gathering people and when you get those requests for, hey, can so-and-so join? Or can I invite my friend? Or can this other colleague jump in? That it's going to change the dynamics of the group, hands down. And it's also helpful to know that as a guest. So as you think about, I'd like to forward this meeting on to someone, I'd like to extend this invite to someone, really be thinking about, it is going to change the dynamics of the group. And, there's some choices to make there. The last part of this chapter that I think is really, really critical is, in trying not to offend, we fail to protect the gathering itself and the people in it. So this again is just a calling forward of your responsibility as host to honor the gathering and its intention and your desire to, deliver on the purpose and the outcome for that gathering. And you can't shirk that, right? You really have to show up and own that piece, even when it starts to feel hard, right? But I think you'll start to notice that it's going to be easier than having a gathering that didn't matter. So those were my takeaways from Closed Doors, chapter number 2 in the book. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you took away. Do you agree with me, disagree with me, have a whole nother thought or a whole nother, bit of wisdom that you pulled from the chapter that you'd like to share? Let me know.